Dan, I'm glad I got back in time. I was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, what were you doing across the border?
I was looking for my garbage cans.
The cans or just the lids?
Everything, yeah. The windstorms that we've had
Oh
the
man.
last few days here, it's just crazy. And all my garbage cans are gone. I guess they're over in Pennsylvania somewhere. So I was out looking for them.
I was fortunate enough to have about 14 inches of snow fall on top of mine so they didn't blow away before the winds came.
Yeah, I was going to get on here and just complain about the weather, and then I saw what you had, so I decided just to keep my mouth shut.
we had a little fun with Mother Nature. Boy.
Gee whiz.
Yep. That whole saying about coming in like a lion, or it's like right in the middle, I guess it's just both of them. It's one
Yeah.
week a lamb, 2 days later the lion.
Well, I can sum up our weather here in Northeast Ohio with 3 digits, 3 numbers. Remember
Oh,
our number game? I would give you numbers. You had to guess what they meant. My
yep.
3 numbers, my 3 numbers are 70, 2, 16.
No idea.
We had 70 degrees, and then 2 days later, it was 16 degrees.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
a little drop.
Oh, gosh, just crazy winds. You couldn't even stand up outside. That's how windy it was.
Yeah, it's not winter just doesn't want to let go. It wants to hang around.
No, it's just brutal cold out today. It was 70 degrees a few days ago, and then we're in the teens today. It's just awful.
So you had you had to put your shorts back away.
Gosh. Yeah. Well, I've been really busy. Firewood delivery, it hasn't really tapered off in March. We've kind of had a break in the weather where it just didn't feel like winter anymore. But my phone rings constantly. It's always Joe this, Joe that. Joe, can you do this? Joe, can you do that? I needed to be alone, Dan. I just needed to be somewhere where no one would pester me. So I decided to go shopping at Lowe's, and all my problems were solved.
And what did you need to pick up at Lowe's?
Yeah, I just needed a grommet for an
Oh,
electrical panel. Yeah, just a real simple something. But it's a needle in a haystack. And I might as well be the only person in that store. Gosh.
oh yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah. They have no one in that store. And if they're in there, they're on task, stocking shelves. There's no cashiers. There's no people in the aisle wearing an apron, which makes you think they know what they're talking about. Nothing.
And if they do, or if you do find someone, they like just give you an answer. Like if you would say, "Where are the grommets?" They'd say, "Oh, they're over by the hangars."
Yeah, or they'd say, "What's a grommet?"
And they
Yeah,
just say, like they wouldn't give you any direction that helped. They wouldn't like, oh, they wouldn't say, "Oh, over in aisle 17." They just say, "Oh, over by the hangars." Like
yeah,
that, like that helps.
yeah. I was just dying for someone when I was walking out because I couldn't find anything in there, so I just left. But when I was walking out the door, I was just dying for one of their employees to say, "Did you find everything you were looking for?" And then I would have said, "No, I was looking for someone to help me find something I was looking for."
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I found nothing.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah. I I am an old-fashioned person. I buy a lot of stuff online, but I still like people. I like to go to a store. I enjoy seeing them. And we had this discussion. I don't like these ring these where you're the cashier. I refuse to ring myself out. I will walk out before I do that. I want
Oh,
I want an employee to ring me out. It's my little thing I do to keep them in a job, and I do my best, but gosh, they're making it so much more attractive. I can get better service online. I can get better customer service online than I can in a store with humans. And I don't blame the employees. It's all a leadership issue. It's just corporate direction.
Yep.
They're put into that position. So I never complain or take my anger out on a retail professional. These people got a tough job as it is.
I can just, for some reason, I can just envision this whole scenario taking place in my mind.
I have one. I can think of vividly. This happened in a Home Depot. I could not get waited on, so I just started like taking stuff off the shelves. I was just being obnoxious, setting stuff on the ground, banging. There was like they had those locks on the cages over the Romex, and I start banging on those locks, making them rattle across the cages. And then people came then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they were looking at me like I'm some. What are you doing? And I was like, hey, can you help me find?
Oh, so you did.
Yeah,
So you didn't find your grommet then? You didn't find what
I
you
did
needed?
not.
You did not.
I did not.
Jeepers.
Yeah. I'll find it online. I'll just have it mailed to the house. That's all.
Yeah, and then you don't even have to. You don't have to go anywhere.
Uh,
Win-win.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am $100 poorer right now because I filled my truck up with gas. Whew, boy, what happened to the prices of gas? I wish I had
I
your Prius now. Gee
yeah.
whiz.
I don't know. I haven't filled up my tank for. Jeez, I don't even know when it was. 4 weeks ago, maybe.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Wow. My four-wheel drive, I've had it since 2014, I think. I have only had a full tank on that truck one time since I've owned it. It's a 30 it's a 35-gallon gas tank,
Oh
and
my
I just
gosh.
yeah,
Whew.
it starts to hurt too much when you start getting that full, and I just have to stop.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good size tank. That'll set you
Yeah.
back.
I'll take when my daughters come home, I always offer to take their car for a ride to, just to make sure it's working okay. And I'll stop and fill the gas tank up on it. And I'm like, $8, $14. I was like, holy cow, this is how the other half lives.
I don't even know
Yeah.
how big my tank is, but yeah, I
Uh-huh.
don't fill it up too often.
I filled it up the one time after the world and the economy shut down and gas dropped to like 99 cents a gallon. I filled up my tank then. That was the only time I've ever had a full tank of gas on that truck.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, that's a long time too. I mean, 35 gallons of gas to stand there. It's hard for me just to stand there that long,
Now, when
let
you fill
alone
up
let alone have to pay to do it.
or when you put fuel in your truck, do you pay at the pump?
Oh yeah. Well, they don't even let you start now. You'd have to go in and prepay.
Oh, I suppose because I was going to say it. You were saying that you don't check out without an interaction of a person,
Yeah.
but then if you're paying
Dan,
at the pump,
it's the 21st century, Dan. You're in the day back when the guy would come out wearing that little paper hat and had
ding
his
ding ding.
change flipper on his belt.
That's right.
Yeah, the days
Oh,
of Mayberry are long over with. Dan.
yeah.
Well, though, that is how things change. There used to be a time where the gas stations would give you full service, check
Full
your
service.
oil, check the air in your tires, top off your fluids,
Wash your
and then
windshield.
yeah, and they're standing at the door, and then you give them your $1 bill because you just filled up your fuel tank, and they give you 10 cents change, and then you leave. And then so everything's changed. and things change. And
Things change.
I would suspect, I look at my firewood business. It has changed for as long as I've been in business. And I stumbled upon, oh gosh, it was such a boring video. Well, it was yours. Um, it was one of your videos. It was about you are changing.
Yes, I made a big
Your
change. A
your
big
business is
change,
changing.
right, in the whole
Yeah.
operation here.
Well, you care to explain it to us?
And that big change involved shutting down my roadside firewood stand. The world famous Back 40 firewood roadside stand. Shut
Oh
down.
wow. Shut down.
Yep. Done.
That's left a hole in the economic culture of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, or wherever you live.
Yes. I haven't stocked it and had anything on it for a long time. And it's been something that I've been thinking about doing, and I officially took the signs down, and I'm officially done making bundles and providing the loose stacks of wood in the roadside
Huh.
stand.
So that was, let's talk dollars and cents here for a second. Was this, you weren't making chump change with that, weren't you? You were making some decent money with that.
In the beginning, yeah, it was I was moving quite a bit of wood through the stand. And I
Uh-huh.
probably could have continued it. It's just that I just stopped putting bundles and putting wood out there.
Because you are being pulled in a different direction.
Correct. I saw a little more potential with the mini-firewood, and then I just also realized my own wood supply. Like, I didn't want to have to continue dividing up my resources of logs to go to three
Uh-huh.
different areas. So the easiest thing to do was to look at which was the lowest, I guess, producing revenue generator, and that was the
Yeah.
roadside stand.
Huh. So you have taken your pink kayak out of a river and you have portaged it into a different river.
That's right. The
Uh-huh.
kayak has changed over to a whole new stream.
Yeah. So a revenue stream. There
Oh,
you go.
yes.
So why? Okay. The obvious question is, and these are easy to ask since they don't impact my life, but why not just do both? Sell small firewood and the roadside stand.
Again, it was a matter of committing the inventory of logs to that, to making bundle wood. So if I'm splitting boiler wood, I can throw that in my pile for myself. And then if I have logs that I want to turn into mini firewood, I can use that supply. But just making the bundle wood would just deplete, my stockpile of inventory for firewood.
Uh-huh.
And it's just a matter of time too. It's just the time that it takes to make the bundle wood, season it, put it in bundles.
Yeah.
It was no
Okay.
longer worth it for me.
It sounds to me that you are an adult and you're making an adult decision. You don't have to do everything. You have no one else to impress. This is a business decision, and it was a decision made in your best interest. I like it.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of people will look at it and think, like you were saying, why don't you just continue doing it? Or why don't you have your son pick it up and do it? But I
Yeah.
think it's sometimes you have to look at everything on your plate. And if you can, realize that removing one thing might help with the others.
Uh-huh.
So, like if you're shooting a bow and arrow, to shoot that arrow forward, you first have to pull it back.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you have to
Damn.
pull back from one thing to launch and go in another direction. That's how
Uh-huh.
I look at it.
In order to row your pink kayak forward, you have to reach your oar forward out of the water until okay, change.
Something like that.
Yeah, let's different analogy here. We're going to start getting emails about this.
Yeah, it was just a matter of saying, looking at what I was making from mini firewood and saying, it just doesn't pay to keep doing this roadside stand anymore. I need to, and I wanted to focus more on that and then just continue to build my own supply.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't
Well,
that hard of a decision. It was pretty simple.
okay. If you had a magic wand and you could get just the ideal supply all the time to where you never run out, would you reconsider and do both?
I don't think so,
Okay.
because the other big factor in that is the time.
Yeah.
So, like the mini firewood is just, it's not a matter of you split it and you're done. Like there's involved, I have to package it, I have to ship it, I have to heat treat it. So there's all these other elements that come into that
Yeah.
process that take away time.
Yeah. So small firewood is more process involved.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, without getting into specifics here, in a typical week during the heyday of your roadside stand, what give us a breakdown here, like what a typical week of a good week of your roadside stand and a typical good week of small firewood. Which which one was is more work and more income and uses more wood? Just give us like a breakdown of something like that.
I would say, as far as the amount of work, it might be kind of equal. Um, the what was the third one?
How much wood you're moving?
Oh, the amount of wood. Well, that is for the mini firewood, I would say, or for bundles, it was probably 2x. So like I would be using a lot more wood, but then the revenue on the small firewood is way higher. So
Is
I
it?
can take the amount of wood that's in a $5 bundle and probably have $60 worth of small firewood, mini firewood,
Uh huh.
or more. I don't know. I haven't figured that out, but when you think about it,
Well, I got out my firewood calculator just now, and that is impossible because you had to touch that wood in order to get it to be smaller, Dan.
well,
And we
I
all
guess I
know
could.
that you lose money when you do that.
I guess I could figure this out, because it would be my boxes of mini firewood are zero point 0.5 cubic feet,
Uh huh.
and one bundle is 1 cubic foot. So a $5 1 cubic foot bundle is the same as two boxes of mini firewood, which would be $56.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's 50
Yeah.
bucks more.
Yeah, but what about the taxes?
What? Oh, that is one
And
thing.
that
Is
cardboard box just didn't fall out of the sky, Dan.
Well, I was
And you're
paying
not and you're
taxes.
not mailing those bundles through the mail.
I was paying taxes on the roadside stand as well. So it, I wasn't. I was doing it all legit. I recorded all my sales, but yes, the taxes, that was another factor.
Yeah. All right. Well, I support your decision. I think that's great. And that's what I've learned from your business. It's your business. You do what you want. But if you are open and receptive and you're hearing and sensing and understanding what's going on, we're back into that pink kayak and it's going to take you where you need to go or where you should go.
That's
And
right.
I think you found it. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
you found it, Dan.
I had used the word adaptability, just being able to see change and adapt to it for the better. Like what I'm seeing with, I mean, obviously with this mini firewood, my market is a lot larger. I mean, the whole United States is my market.
Oh
Where my
yeah.
roadside stand, the market is my street or my
Right.
small little community here.
Mm-hmm.
So just that alone is reason enough to say, let's, focus on this over here. And if we have to give something up, because I don't, I still, there's only so many hours in the day that I can devote to this.
Yeah.
So if I can eliminate the roadside stand and that time, that frees me up to do this. And it's just, in my mind, it was a win, win, win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 wins. You're
Three
3 and
wins.
0. Yeah. All
So,
right.
yep, the roadside stand shut down.
Wow.
Not forced to, was my choice.
Uh-huh. So did you disassemble it yet and take it away from the end of your street or end of your driveway?
I have only taken down the signs because I actually used the stand to put the boxes of mini firewood on for the mailman to pick up.
Oh, wow. Look at
So
that.
the stand might still stay there for a little bit because it is used, for my
Okay.
shipping.
And
Yeah,
you ship through the US mail. You don't use FedEx or UPS?
correct. I can,
Uh-huh. And you
it's,
don't have to take it to the post office and have it weighed?
nope. All of that is done through my shipping software. I could use UPS, but I would have to schedule a pickup,
Uh-huh.
and then I think I get charged like $6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
How
kind of
dare they
crazy.
expect to be paid? Yeah.
And so my mailman, I put something in my mailbox that lets him know I have boxes on the stand, and he just walks across the street, picks them up, takes them away.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah, works out really good.
Yeah, sounds like you got it going on up there, Dan.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Now maybe you'll have enough money to go buy yourself a snow shovel so that you can get to your roadside stand.
Yeah. I I'll tell you, I'm waiting. I'm just going to wait for it to melt at this point because we're
Yeah.
supposed to be back in the 50s in a couple days. So,
Yeah, that's what we got 50s coming up here, I think tomorrow. So I'm
oh,
expecting big winds again today. Gee whiz. It's just windy constantly.
fly a kite.
Yeah. Make a garbage can kite.
You could put one of those banners up from your wood yard for everyone to see driving by on the interstate.
Yeah, she
Firewood.
was. That would have been gone. It was, jeez. The winds are just crazy. Yeah. But today it's pretty still, but it's just in the teens outside. It's like we're back in February again.
Right. Doesn't feel
Yeah.
very motivating.
No, gosh, it just takes it out of you. And I was just doing the furnace this morning. I was like, gosh, it stinks. I just want this to be over with. I usually shut it down come Easter, but that's
Oh,
early this year, so it might be going on a little bit longer now.
you won't be doing that. You'll keep her burning.
Yeah, I think we will this year. Jeez. Well, all right, Dan. That was exciting to hear about your pivot
By
to
changing
a
up.
new.
That's right.
Yeah, you are reconnoitering and focusing your march forward toward the promised land, the
Ooh,
firewood promised land.
the march forward. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. And then you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to go back out and look for my garbage cans. They're somewhere.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, Dan, let's thank everyone for tuning in to the Woodhounds podcast and helping us become the number one firewood podcast in the world. Me, a professional firewood delivery service, and you, a average hobbyist.
Oh, there it is. Had to get the jingle in.
Uh-huh. We still need a jingle for What About the Taxes?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yes, thanks for tuning in, everyone. And you can find us on your favorite streaming service. And after this glorious episode about shutting down my roadside stand, you should definitely give that a 5-star review.
Yeah. Well, Dan, they can't give us a 5-star review until we say the magic words.
That's right.
Strike up the band.
Boom, there it is. All right.
All right.
Now, drop down there and leave that 5-star review.
There we go. All right, Dan. Well, let's tell everyone out there to don't close their
roadside stands.
yes, unless you are sure about the
garbage cans not blowing away.
Gosh, you're butchering this one. All right, and while you're looking for your garbage cans in a different state, have
a great day.